Hey, this is Shabu from Best Prepaid Cell Phone Plans, and in this video we'll take a look at the Samsung 355C from either Straight Talk or Net 10. This is a phone with a Qwerty style keyboard and a nice fairly large screen. If you take a quick look at the back, you see there's the battery. It has a 1.3 megapixel camera and a nice loud speaker, which you see here. There's a slot for a micro SD card here, so you can store your photos and music files because it has an MP3 music player. So let me go ahead and close this, and let's get started. It does take usually takes me a few tries to get this closed. For some reason I always leave a gap on one side or the other and I have to retry it. So let me see. Get it? Not quite. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn it on. And as I said, this phone comes with a 1.3 megapixel camera and a MP3 music player. This model is the Straight Talk version, and it also comes. It's also available in some areas as a Net 10 phone. There's a pretty standard menu. If you go into the prepaid menu, it gives you the phone number, serial number, and code entry mode, none of which I've had to actually use. If you take a quick look at the My Files, there's a 1.3 megapixel camera there, and there's actually nothing for me to take a picture of, but rest assured the photos turn out pretty well. My only complaint about the camera is that even though there's a dedicated camera button on the side here, I don't know if it's visible in the video, but unlike some of the other Samsung phones, when you press that, it does not instantly go into camera mode. You actually have to go to the camera, initiate it, and then only does the pressing the camera button take the photograph, and at which point you can save it or erase it, as it were. So let me go back and go into the music player. The music player takes only MP3 files. I tried a Windows media file and it did not play. And once you do it, I put on a couple of pop songs that my kids like here, and as you can see, it's once you start it, it starts playing right away. I don't know, probably allowed to play a couple of seconds of it. And similarly for the other hit. Okay, and you have a library here where you can create your playlists, and it stores your artists. One thing that I have one issue with in terms of playlists is that there doesn't seem to be a way that I know of to rearrange the tracks on the playlist. So you need to probably do that on the computer and then transfer it over, is how I've done it. There's a playlist is stored as a .m3u file, I believe, and if you open it up in a text editor, which is what I do, I just rearrange the songs on there and then shove it back onto the SD card and put it into the phone. And if you only have to do it a couple of times, but if you want to want the songs to play in a particular order, then that is a slight hassle. I think they should have put in something that allows you to rearrange the songs and move them up and down. One advantage of the Samsung 355C over some of the other Samsung phones and music players is that this phone has a regular jack that's compatible with any normal stereo earphones. You don't need a special adapter to listen to music on it. You can just stick in your regular stereo earphones you probably already have, or can get very inexpensively and use it. This phone is a CDMA phone, so it does have voice dialing services, a voice setting that's done via the Nuance application. I don't use it, but it's there for those of you who like that. The phone does have a web browser, and I'll start it up in a moment. Let me just warn you that it doesn't seem to interfere with the video camera, so I apologize for any interference or noises that it may cause. So let me go ahead, and you can enter a URL or go into the browser and see what they have on the menu there. So here I'm starting it up, and now with the Straight Talk plan, if you just take the $30 per month approach, you get about 30 megabytes of data per month, and it's basically quite a lot, unless you're going to be spending a lot of time on something like Facebook, and then you might then want the unlimited plan. So you have basically things like email, Facebook, some of the other mobile websites, which are the search engines, basically Google, Yahoo, etc. Weather and sports. I tend to check the weather sometimes because it's easier than going to the TV or the computer to do so, and so that's kind of convenient. You also see you have some other news features like CNN, Fox, MSNBC, ESPN, etc. So we go back. You can also check your emails via Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo Mail, AOL, and you can also access Twitter and MySpace here. And finally, you can go to a URL as well. You can see there are also downloads available on the menu. However, in order to download ringtones and graphics, you do have to first go to Straight Talk's website, purchase them there, and then download them. It's not available to just download for the cost of the minutes as it would be from, say, sometimes a track phone and a 10 phone. The one thing that is, you might say, missing from the phone is that this phone has no games. So it's not really something you would, so if you want your entertainment, that would be through, checking out what's going on your Facebook page and so forth. But if you just want to play a few simple games, that's not available. Otherwise, though, it's a really good phone. The keys are the keyboard is really nice. It's very smooth. Even though it's a QWERTY keyboard, I found that I could use either my fingers or my thumbnails to operate the keys fairly simply, and it seems to be pretty reliable so far. So except for the few drawbacks I have listed, it's a good phone and should work well for most people. Okay, thanks for watching this, and for more information, please take a look at my website. Thank you.